Well, get ready for a story on friendship, romance, and the restlessness of China's youth as a coming-of-age film. The Breaking Ice is set to hit Philippine cinemas this December. And to tell us more, joining us this morning is its famous, incredible, talented director, a Cannes Film Festival award-winning Singaporean filmmaker Anthony Chen. Good morning. Welcome to the Philippines. Oh, welcome back to the Philippines.
It's been exactly 10 years since I was back. The first time I was here was 10 years ago with my first film, Ilo Ilo.
Yes, well, that was an amazing film. We're going to talk about that later, but let's focus first on The Breaking Ice. Tell us the story about this.
So it's about, three lost young people who sort of meet each other on the North City in China. And how they find warmth and solace, in one another.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting that you did shoot in China. You have always had some sort of connection with China, but it's only now that you kind of made your way towards China. What was your experience like in shooting this film? Cold, freezing.
It was really fascinating. I'm Singaporean.
Yes.
Like the Philippines is a tropical country. Yep. 24 to 32 degrees all year round. We have no seasons, right? It's hot all the time. But I made this film in minus 20, minus 30 degrees in a city in the furthest north of China, bordering North Korea and Russia.
Incredible. I mean, the scenes, and it's so apt to call it The Breaking Ice. We're going to talk about that. But what inspired you to create? You wrote this, you produced it. I mean, and as I understood it, people actually came on board without the script yet.
Yeah, you know what? What created all this? The pandemic.
Okay.
I had so much. I was so depressed during the pandemic when cinemas closed. When I felt like, okay, this is the beginning of the end for myself, for cinema, and I felt very stuck. I felt very lost. And I had so much time because I was just sitting at home for 2 years and I was reading so much. And I read a lot about young people, or what we call Generation Z, and everywhere in the world, in Asia, in China, in Japan, in Europe, in the US, they're struggling with mental health, with anxiety. They felt lost, they felt let down by the establishment, by the governments. Everyone was going through their own sort of struggles and crises, but I felt there was this collective sense of melancholy that I was feeling a lot myself, and I wanted to make a film about this. I wanted to make a film about this generation of young people that feel lost and stuck in their lives, and it's also my journey and their journey towards, how do we get out of this?
Well, definitely opportunities through adversities because of this film. I mean, this is Singapore's official submission to the 2024, Oscars, the Best International Feature category. What does that mean to you being there? Because you had a film way back 2023. We talked about Ilo Ilo. Okay, and that was already a Camera d'Or film, award-winning and whatnot. 10 years later, we're doing it again.
Well, 10 years ago, I think it's very special. This film is very special because on the day when in the Breaking Ice premiere in Cannes, it was a Sunday. It was the first Sunday in Cannes. It's exactly 10 years from the time Ilo Ilo premiered in Cannes. Also on a Sunday, the first Sunday in Cannes. I'm very honored, of course, that is the Singapore submission. It's the third time I'm doing this. Ilo Ilo was the first time I had a film submitted. Wet Season, my second film, was the second one. And because of that, I haven't had a nomination so far. So, I'm not thinking so much. For me, it's, I think maybe it's age, maybe it's the pandemic. Now I'm not looking at, what do I want in the future? Why am I looking for? For me, it's always about the present. It's about enjoying the moment, being here, talking about my film, asking people to see it. I'm not really thinking about accolades or, because in the end, I think in this time and age, it's just great to be alive.
It is definitely. And you mentioned a little bit about your film, Ilo Ilo. We don't have much time, but it's definitely something that our viewers should take note of and watch it because it's based from your helper,
Yeah.
Is that right? And she's from Iloilo.
Yes, that's right. It's a very autobiographical story. You know, it's set in 1997 during the financial crisis, and it talks about the relationship of a Filipino helper and the 10-year-old boy that she's looking after. Very personal.
And were you the 10-year-old boy?
I wasn't a 10-year-old boy. I mean, it was a dramatic version of it because the boy, you know, in the film is very precocious. It's quite naughty. You know, I think I've been a very, very sort of like prim and proper, good child when I was growing up.
Okay, well, you know, it's like we've come pretty much full circle. So we're back to the Breaking Ice. It actually was the closing film at the Q Cinema International Film Festival, and it will be out in Philippine cinemas December 13.
That's right.
We are so excited to finally have this film featured in our cinema. So do invite your viewers, your audiences to come and check it out.
Yeah, I think it's a very special film. It's a very, very beautiful film. You know, like, yes, we shot in -20, -30, but I think it's some of the most gorgeous visuals ever. And because, you know, I'm from Singapore, right? So I really think it's probably the warmest winter film you've ever seen.
I love that, the warmest winter film ever. A lot of things to look forward to with you in the future. I know you have a lot of films that are out there, you know, doing the festivals, the international festivals, so we look forward to hearing more from you. Thank you for being with us and for braving the early morning traffic to be with us this morning right here in New Day. All the best to you, Anthony. Thank you.